Hello, welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another edition of what is in our stand today. Hashtag you can follow across all my social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. This bike, the Cervelo P5 with Magura Brakes, was featured in a different video, and I'll attach that in the show notes, as they call them. So what we need to do, and the reason why the bike came in the first place, is it needed the front brake bled. Now, if you are using, or if you're going to do the brake bleed, you will need to use Royal Blood, and it's a blue colored mineral oil. And let me get you the bottle. And that's it right there. And if you need the UPC number, there it is right there. Go ahead and pause the video and you can get that number. Okay, so they recommend that you only use this mineral oil. Now what's interesting is Shimano also uses mineral oil. Theirs is pink, and they do not recommend that one. They recommend this one. Who knows? But we just do what they say. Because if you contaminate certain systems and seals or something, you know, in this case, they came with a 5-year warranty. So it was a good thing to just stick with what was recommended. So a couple of things that you need to do before you prepare for the brake bleed. The brake lever must be in its activated position. And what I mean by that is this release here, you have to make sure the brake lever is actually closed. Then what you need to do is a contact adjustment screw in here, 2.5 millimeter, 2.5 millimeter, unthread that all the way out. Okay, then, and you'll notice I've placed a paper towel here. I just didn't want to remove the wheel, but you can if you'd like. It's just that when it comes time for me to test the brake, I need the wheel in, right? So then there's an Allen key here for the brake bleed port. So you'll have to take that brake bleed port out. And it's just a little guy here. And I've got black gloves, so you're not going to be able to see it. It's just a little bleed port screw. Take that out. Screw in your syringe. And the syringe has an 8 millimeter open end wrench that you should use, and tighten that on there. You have to make sure you've squeezed the top part of this caliper. So squeeze the caliper to ensure that the brake is all the way open. You've unthreaded it here. Make sure it's completely open. That's how you can fill it all the way. All right. Now, you also have your bottle here to catch the fluid, and there'll be a bleed port screw on the top of the lever that you pull out. It's a Torx 25. Pull that out and plug your overflow line here and connect it to your bottle. It comes with a nice little hook. Okay, once you've done all of that and your bike is on an angle as we see here, then you can start the bleed process, and that's what I'm going to do now. So you'll push this fluid through and you'll get bubbles coming out and overflowing into this bottle. You push that through, and then you cycle the brake lever. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to push this, put my readers on like a good old man. And as we start pushing, oh, look at this color of this fluid. Look at that color. It is, geez, I don't even know. It's like a straw color. And we're going to try to push that through until we get, until we get clear fluid coming through. And push in. Oh, well, Good thing I have a drip pan here, so let me just move it a little bit more. And we'll just let it drip down to the drip pan. Now that fluid took a lot of effort to push through. So, not sure why that was. So, we have a very, very odd color. I mean, it almost looks like mustard color fluid. You can hear it dripping into the drip pan that I repositioned a little bit more. And we are still not getting clear bluish fluid. So I'm going to fill this syringe again and push the fluid through again. So we need our 8mm wrench, and we need more fluid. And this bike is from 2012. And I would not be surprised if this fluid's been in there since 2012. Now, what's very important for you viewing this video is you should be servicing your hydraulic fluid in your brake system frequently. Well, not frequently, but at least once or twice a year. This is far too long. Maybe that's why it's completely discolored. So we need to flush all of that fluid out. Okay, so now we'll take this, on the SRAM videos they call it degassing, and we've got most of that air out already. We're going to screw this back in, and we're going to go with another syringe full through the system to clear out that bad fluid. Okay, that's on there tight, and we're going to keep flushing this out. And yeah, that fluid is looking a lot better on the second. Now what was interesting is it took an inordinate amount of effort to push that first bit of fluid through. So I'm guessing something was in the system that was clogging it up, and then the fluid itself was contaminated, and now we've pushed 2 syringes full through the system. I'm getting nice light blue fluid, just like this fluid here, and I think we're ready to go. Okay, so that's how you bleed a Magura system. Now everything's in reverse to close up the system again. So you close up your port, you disconnect because this was the first thing you connected, so this is the last thing you'll disconnect, and then you'll readjust your contact point, and you're done. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your time and your attention. As always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you up the road.